today let's talk about the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight. So I think this is great. And a lot of people are calling this a disgrace to boxing. So I just want to kind of talk about things from a business perspective and talk about kind of what's going on through, at least from what I'm seeing. And so Floyd Mayweather, obviously, let's just take a look at my screen over here. He is a champion boxer, and he's 50-0. He actually fought Conor McGregor and beat him out. He's got 24 million followers on Instagram. Let's just take a look at this. The Nevada State Athletic Commission confirmed on Friday night that the minimum each fighter will earn is 100 million for Floyd Mayweather and 30 million for Conor McGregor. So he probably earned a lot more than that. But also don't just think about the money. I think the money's certainly important, but also thinking about the publicity that they're going to be getting, right? Because if you look at Logan Paul, he's got 18 million followers. He's a influencer. He's got I think he started growing off of Vine initially, and then he kind of moved over to YouTube, and he kind of he's a YouTube influencer. That's what he is. And now he started getting into boxing, started boxing other influencers, and people might say, oh, this guy's like a clown, but he actually has organized bouts in, like, at the Staples Center as an example, where the Lakers play. And so, if you look at the fight that they have going on here, it starts at $25 and it kind of keeps going up from there. I would say, it's going to be, we're talking, maybe it's in the range of 100 million plus, right? If you think about the number of people that will be watching, maybe 1 million, 2 million, 3 million people or so. But this is we're not even just talking about Instagram here, but if we look at Logan Paul's YouTube, let's take a look at how big he is over there. So Logan Paul's YouTube is how many people? It is 22 million subscribers, right? So they're basically cross promoting each other. I'm sure they have respect for each other. They've both, whether you like him or not, they've both done something in their careers, right? Logan Paul has actually made something of himself. Sure, you can say he kind of messes around, he makes questionable decisions, but at the end of the day, he's managed to create a business of him, right? He's managed to leverage media. And Floyd Mayweather is just performance around boxing, and then he does all these promotions with like fighters like Conor McGregor, and so you got people like this over here. They're calling it a disgrace, right? Absolute disgrace for the whole sport of boxing. It's a joke and a disgrace. I don't know if I would call it a disgrace when at the end of the day, if their goals are to promote themselves and to also make a living off of it, what's wrong with that, right? And I think I think Floyd definitely respects the sport of boxing. He comes from that world, right? And then Logan's trying to make a name for himself as well, so that should make headlines, right? So I think they both see an opportunity here, and business is about adding value to people, and it's about opportunity as well. And not necessarily everyone would agree with it, but at the end of the day, neither of them are really hurting anybody, so why not do it? So I think it's smart from a business perspective. I think if we're talking about the legacy of boxing, I don't know, right? I'm not like a crazy boxing fan. But there's a method to the madness, right? It's not like Floyd's an idiot or Logan's an idiot. And so, I just find that fascinating. And yeah, Logan's done things such as, filmed a dead body in the Japanese forest, where people commit suicide. And then, he's also lost in a fight before, but he's continuing on. And I think it's smart, like all the business decisions that they're making. Like, I'm just thinking about all the logistics. Who's going to coordinate all this? Who's going to help with, where do you pick the venue? And, what payment mechanisms are you going to use to collect payment, right? How do you organize these whole tiers right here where it gets bigger and bigger? Who's going to organize all the promotions, right? So obviously that takes a lot of money, but there's also a lot of other business lessons there where we're talking about, forget about how to do it. It's all about who to do it, right? Who can I hire? Who can I hire to do all this stuff, right? And, they have the right people supporting them. And so there's that. Obviously, Logan's like 20 years younger than Floyd Mayweather, who's 43. And, we'll see how it goes. They call each other out on Twitter. That gets a lot of impressions. It's going to go up on YouTube. It's going to go up on Instagram. It's going to go everywhere, right? People are going to be talking about it. It's going to be good for both of their brands. And I don't care what you say about that. It's just from a marketing perspective, that is what it is. So That is it for today. Go to levelingup.com if you want a free chapter of my upcoming book, Leveling Up, and you can go to your favorite online retailer to pick it up if you just want to grab it. It's $20, and just type in Leveling Up Eric Siu. And that is it for today, and we will catch you later.